A Tale of Two Hearts. Days star Hank Northrop, on bittersweet exit of Marissa Reyes, welcomes Vico Escorcia as new lead Liam's love interest. Salem, USA. In the world of daytime drama, the only constant is change. But every so often, a shift in the cast of Days of Our Lives carries with it the weight of genuine, off-screen emotion. This week, as spoilers hinted at a major upheaval for fan-favorite bartender turned heartthrob Liam Vance, sources confirm a deeply personal transition is taking place. After 2 years of simmering chemistry and a whirlwind on-screen romance, Hank Northrop, who plays the brooding Liam, has officially said a tearful goodbye to co-star Marissa Reyes, Ava Vitali's cousin, Elena. In an exclusive sit-down, Northrop reveals that Reyes' final scenes have already wrapped, paving the way for newcomer Vico Escorcia to step into the pivotal role of Ari Horton, Liam's new, explosive love interest. "It's the most bizarre emotional whiplash I've ever experienced," Northrop admits, wiping a speck of dust from his eye backstage at the Salem set. "1 minute, I'm holding Marissa's hand, reading our final lines as Liam and Elena. A scene so raw that the crew was silent for 30 seconds after cut. The next, I'm across the quad, reading a chemistry read with Vico, feeling that electric zap of a brand new first meeting." The farewell. Why Marissa Reyes had to go for fans who have been breathlessly following the Liam, Elena, slow burn. The news is a gut punch. The pair, who met during a high-stakes smuggling ring storyline, had become the show's most unlikely anchor. Reyes Elena, a former con artist with a heart of pyrite, finally softened Liam's cynical exterior. So why the exit? Marissa got an offer she couldn't refuse, Northrop explains, his voice thick. A lead role in a streaming limited series. "It's the kind of part we all dream of. When she told me, I was devastated for us, but ecstatic for her. We cried in her dressing room for 20 minutes. Their final scene, which will air in 2 weeks, is described by insiders as devastating perfection. Without spoiling the plot, sources say Elena is forced to leave Salem to protect Liam from a ghost from her past. The goodbye takes place on the iconic Horton Town Square Pier at sunset. Liam doesn't beg, Northrop says. He's a man who has lost everything before, but watching Elena walk away, you see a crack in his soul that no amount of whiskey can fix. Marissa played it with such dignity. She didn't make Elena a victim. She made her a hero who chooses to leave. It's the most beautiful breakup letter ever written for daytime." The arrival. Vico Escorcia makes history as Ari Horton. Just as the tears dry on the script pages, the Days writers have pulled off a casting coup. Enter Vico Escorcia, a non-binary Latinx actor with a fierce social media following, who will take on the legacy role of Ariana, Ari, Horton. Yes, that Horton. Ari is the now adult daughter of Gabby Hernandez and the late Nick Fallon, raised largely by Will Horton and Sonny Kuriakis. Having spent years in Europe studying art therapy, Ari returns to Salem a confident, magnetic, and deeply empathetic force. And she has her sights set on the broken man at the bar. When the producers called and said, "We want Vico for Ari," I laughed because I thought it was a prank, Escorcia tells me, leaning forward with a grin that suggests they already know they're about to break the internet. Ari isn't just a legacy baby. She's the future of this show. She's a Horton who grew up surrounded by Kuriaki's power and Hernandez fire. She doesn't play games, she plays chess, but with feelings. Escorcia's first airdate is set for late May, but their first scene with Northrop is already the talk of the studio. The chemistry read that set the soundstage on fire. Northrop and Escorcia were paired for a secret chemistry read last month. The script, a simple, dialogue-light scene where Liam, drowning his sorrows after Elena's departure, refuses to serve a new customer. Ari, undeterred, sits down and orders a ginger ale. "Vico did this thing where they just looked at me," Northrop recalls, shaking his head. "Not with pity. With recognition. Like Ari saw through the bartender mask to the guy who just had his heart pulled out. I forgot to say my line. I just stared back. The director yelled, 'That's it, that's the couple.'" For Escorcia, the attraction is about the challenge. Liam is a wounded animal. Ari is not a nurse or a savior. She's a mirror. She has her own trauma, losing her father, being raised by 2 dads in a very public family. She sees his brokenness and thinks, "I know how to hold that without breaking myself." That's the kind of love Days hasn't shown in a decade. It's not about passion, it's about recognition. The controversy and the catharsis. Not everyone is thrilled. The hardcore, Liam and Elena, shippers have already taken to social media with the hashtag justice for Elena. Death threats, of the fictional variety, have been lobbed at the writers. Northrop understands the frustration. I get it. I'm a fan, too. Marissa and I had a once-in-a-career thing, he says. But the beautiful part about soaps is that love doesn't end. It transforms. Liam will always love Elena. And that's exactly why he's going to fight like hell not to love Ari. And Vico, they're going to make him lose that fight. Escorcia, for their part, has already reached out to Reyes privately. Marissa sent me the most beautiful text. Take care of him. And take care of Ari. She deserves a real heart. I cried. This cast is a family. I'm not replacing anyone. I'm adding a new chapter. Insiders tease a slow burn with a twist. Unlike the secret-ridden angst of Liam and Elena, the Liam and Ari dynamic will be defined by radical honesty. Ari, having grown up around supercouples, refuses to be a secret or a rebound. In a jaw-dropping scene scheduled for June sweeps, Ari will actually confront Liam about his grief. She's going to say, I know you're still in love with her. Tell me about her. Tell me why she left. And then tell me why you're still sitting here talking to me. Escorcia teases. That's not a line you hear in Salem. That's a line you hear in therapy. And that's why they're going to work. As for Northrop, he's feeling the weight of the transition but remains philosophical. I lost a scene partner. But I gained a scene partner, and in between, I got to watch Marissa Reyes sail off to her dream job. That's not a tragedy. That's a privilege. Now, pass me the prop coffee, because Vico and I have a fight scene in the rain tomorrow, and I hear they don't heat the water.